Welcome to Sun City News. I'm your host, Norma Taylor, and here are some of the stories we're starting off with for this week. Georgia Lash attended the Art and Bloom event. Martha Spiso was at Hardyville's First Friday meeting. And later in the program, we get a Wreaths Across America kickoff with Chris Chase. Sun City News starts now.
This is Sun City News, with our news team bringing you stories from Sun City and the Low Country. Taking the lead with entertainment news. And on deck is our sports report. Sun City News, from people you know, about people you know. This week's SCTV News starts now.
Creativity blossomed at the recent Art and Bloom show, a sensory delightful collaboration of the All About Art Club and the Avant-Gardeners. Our SCTV cameras were there.
That's Patty. You are the president of the All About. That's way more than I know. You have all start the shows and everything is going on. Here you've collaborated with our gardeners, and our floral designers. They're beautiful. And we are art and blooming today.
We are.
Now, let's remind everybody how to do these pairings.
So first, our artists actually submit their paintings, a picture of their paintings, to me, and we have our vice presidents and the presidents of the Avant-Gardeners, and we get together and we decide which one would look good, and we make sure that there's a good mix of mediums, a good mix of people. No one can only be in the show once, of course, and we want, like last year we did the creative, the whole Procreate, which is the digital art, was first and in the show last year. So we keep trying to be on the cutting edge, and we keep trying to make sure that it's fresh ideas. And so we choose the paintings to reflect that, and then they just pull out of a hat to pick which floral designer is going to go with the paintings. So it's great.
Oh, I have to believe that if we could put the energy and tie it into the creativity that's going on as they get that moment of knowing what they're doing and then getting it here.
Yeah.
But I want to look at it from the perspective of your artists, because when they've turned in that picture, that painting, it's done.
It's done, and they have no idea.
So, have you ever gotten a chance to absorb any of their reactions when they see themselves in floral interpretation?
Oh, yeah. I have seen multiple times, and it's amazing. It really is amazing, and their face lights up, and it's like, oh, they did such a good job, and oh my God, look how they interpreted that, and it's great, and it's such a fun way to collaborate and to pull our clubs together, which is something that we're trying really hard to do.
I think that's I love our clubs working together.
I do
love
too.
It. It's such a part of the heart of Sun City.
I know.
It's great, and because of people like you.
Family. We are our second families.
Well, thank you for letting us be a part of this. Everyone's going to enjoy it. This is definitely a dramatic show this year.
Absolutely.
I feel like we don't have just the picture and the display. I feel like every table is telling a story.
It really is. So come in, take the time, and listen to the story.
Thank you for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for coming in.
See you at the next art show.
See ya.
Reporter Martha Spiso attended Hardyville's First Friday meeting, where the speaker was Keith Horton, Jasper County Clerk of Court, who explained the key responsibilities of the Clerk of Court and how it impacts the citizens of Jasper County.
Okay, we are pleased to welcome Keith Horton, our Jasper County Clerk of Court. The clerk's office plays a vital role in keeping our courts and records running smoothly, serving both the justice system and the people of our community. Keith is here to give you a better look at the work of the clerk's office and how it impacts Jasper County. Keith, many people go by the courthouse. It's always a nice-looking building, and you go, I wonder what goes on in there. And I know there's a lot that they do for the community. Can you explain that to us?
Yes, ma'am. Basically, we're with the courthouse, we're averaging, depending on what day of the week, what type of court we're having. From like this week, we've had 2 weeks of family court, which is kind of new. We used to just do one. They're up to 2 weeks now. You'll have less people for family court than you will for general sessions, which is your criminal cases and stuff like that, and less for common pleas. So depending on which week it varies. During general sessions, we'll average around 200 to 300 people in the courthouse in one day. And then they're there for the length of the trial, stuff like that with jury selection and everything. So we see a lot of people coming into the courthouse for that. And like I say, as far as what we do is brief explanation. When you look it up, it's going to tell you where to keep the records, stuff like that. But main thing we're focused on since I took over is we want to serve the community, get people into the courthouse other than when you're getting a summons telling you to be there. So you see what we can do, and we can give information back out to the public.
So how can our citizens of Jasper County better use the services of the clerk's office? And what is it for? Court cases, public records, or other support?
On the court for the public, what we're trying to do to make it better for everybody, especially, we're down here in Sun City, you got to drive to commute to get to us. We're working towards getting a lot of records online, where if it's legally and we can put it accessible to the public online to save you from having to drive there and stuff like that. We've got more staff now than we had before. We try to get the word out now, we'll be talking about it a little later, with jury selection. Call us, don't drive up there. Most of the stuff on jury, which is a big impact with Sun City, because it's 65 over, some of them don't want to serve, some want to serve, but if they don't want to serve, we don't want them to drive up there, and that's what we're trying to get the word out. Call us. We can take care of that from your house and make it a lot easier. We've done a QR code. You don't have to go to the post office, mail stuff in now and everything to us. Public records, unfortunately right now you have to come mainly to the courthouse to get that. But we are working towards improving that for the future to get it where it's a lot more accessible online, where you can get it and it's easier and more friendly for the public to access and open.
Still more to come. Chris Chase attended the Shalom Club's 9/11 ceremony. Georgia Lash attended the Buckeye Group's Pancake Breakfast. And we learn about the Car Club's upcoming show. So stay with us. We'll return after this brief break.
Stay tuned for the September edition of In Our Neighborhoods. And we were able to, in this edition, go to the Hampton Village Neighborhood Annual Meeting. And most importantly, in this meeting, we were introduced to Tony Mills, a naturalist. He brought some very special props to this meeting. They were alive, and they were fun to see. So tune in. Maybe you'll learn something new, and maybe you'll want more information.
Looks like, I'm not really sure what this is yet. Wow, this is nice. Looks like a fine-tooth shark to me.
There were many in attendance at the 9/11 ceremony hosted by the Shalom Club. Reporter Chris Chase was there.
It's hard to believe 24 years ago, 2,799 people lost their lives. And we're here today to memorialize them. Now, Mitch, the Shalom Club is doing this, but you're not really doing it. Is that right?
That's correct. We took on the responsibility back in 2001, 2002, and mainly because no other group or anybody else stepped up. And it was important for us to make sure that everybody is remembered. The other thing is, too, is it's a community thing, and I'm going to read you one of the parts that is going to be in our thing today. The memorial simply is something the Shalom Club wanted to contribute to for our entire Sun City community. It is not the Shalom Club's memorial. It is a memorial to the events of 9/11. Any reference to the contrary is incorrect. We're looking at a couple other things. We're looking to have this memorial moved somewhere that it's a little bit more appropriate and people could get to. It's kind of on the bad place. The greenery that's there is not the original. If anybody wants to see the original picture that shows those bushes all the way down, 9 in the front and 11 in the back, it's told a story. We also have somebody that puts flowers out there every year that we don't know who it is. And this morning, Jasper is going to read an anonymous letter that was given to her way back when. So we are going to, the Shalom Club is going to look to see if we can get help in the future years from other clubs, and especially for next year being the 25th year. You know, we can only do so much, but we didn't want to let it go not being anything being done.
Well, you heard it here first. We're looking for some volunteers. Any clubs available?
Delicious scents of maple syrup and bacon wafted across town center as the Buckeye Group hosted another successful pancake breakfast. Let's take a look.
Okay, I'm here with Sue and Jane, who have been working since what time this morning?
We got here at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
Okay, and you are really the people we want to meet because you're giving us our food. So tell us, what do we got on the line?
Well, we've got some sausage from Sue's kitchen, sausage from Jane's kitchen.
What? You guys cooked the sausage? Oh, I was going to say, you had to come and serve and cook. And what's going to be farther down the line?
Bacon, Gary.
I've had a piece of the bacon. I stole one from the grill, and it is the best bacon I've ever had. And I'm not bragging. This is really the best bacon. I don't know how they do it. I mean, on a grill? All right, and then of course, the infamous
pancakes, yes?
Any guesstimation of how many pancakes?
I really don't know, but I think the bigger story here is how much money this event raises for the club, for the first responders.
And that's why y'all do this, right?
Absolutely. We're expecting about 500 people.
500? I think last year they said even in the rain we had about 600. So with this weather, woo! All right. Thank you for doing what you do.
Kathy, welcome to Sun City's Buckeyes Pancake Breakfast. You're special. Yes, tell us where you're from. We are from Medina, Ohio. We're actually on the street, one of your neighbors from Margaritaville. So we've got the Margaritaville Buckeye Group here with us. And if that doesn't say something about Ohio people, we have no rivalries. We're all Ohio. So I understand that you all have met together before at some of your tailgates and things like that. Tell us about that. We have a group, the Buckeye Group, with about 230 strong. Yeah. And we started going to football games and hear these groups in-house, and we decided to make up tailgaters. So that's where we met Sunday. It's so wonderful for you to come out and support art. I hope they know that it's going to your group someday, and I wonder if your Buckeye group is like ours. There's a lot of good guys that are non-Ohioans, so just because they're not a baby, we're fucking that is to enjoy all the activity. That is true.
Well, have fun, enjoy your breakfast, and thank you for supporting our group.
Thank you for inviting us.
Time to mark your calendar for the upcoming 2025 Sun City Car Club Car Show. SCTV got the details.
Okay, Rich, we have got a very nice sampling of what our Sun City Car Club stores in those garages. But this is just a little taste, because when we have the Sun City Car Show that's upcoming, we fill this parking lot. Okay, so give us the details, where and when.
All right, so the car show is October 25th, and it's right here in this parking lot. So we're expecting about 120 cars and maybe about 2,000 of Sun City residents coming through for that day.
No, it is quite a display. It looks like we're just a luxury development here with all these beautiful cars. Now, if we want to display and be one of these cars, what's the process there?
Well, that's easy. If you contact our one of our car club members, and our our coordinator for registration, Gene Garcia, he'll get you a flyer for the show. Just turn that in and submit that.
Now, is there a cost to display?
Yeah, it's the pre-registration is $20 for the day. If you show up that day, it's $25 registration.
Okay, so be prepared to get that $5 off. Now, all right, we as spectators, though, pay nothing. This is a free event for Sun City, and we get a vote. I understand we get a vote for our People's Choice, so our favorite. But what else is going to go on that day?
Well, we've got a lot going on. We have our vendors there, so we are going to have door prizes. We're going to have about 20 gift certificates valued about $25 each. We'll be doing door prizes throughout the day. We have a 50-50 drawing with Meals on Wheels, who we're sponsoring this year with the car show. We have a couple food vendors, and the sponsors will have a lot of displays there. I think we have about 7 or 8 sponsors, so there's plenty to walk around if your cars aren't your thing, but between the cars and all of the displays, there's plenty to do there.
And I think you've already mentioned that Meals on Wheels is the charity recipient this year. They were also last year. And a lot of people probably don't know that the Car Club actually sponsors several of our families here in Sun City for that, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We're a big sponsor for Meals on Wheels, and part of it is because there are a lot of households here that use Meals on Wheels, and we provide food for them.
Well, again, we can say we've got the Pistons for the purpose. We're helping Meals on Wheels, but it's usually just a beautiful day. Thank you for doing this. I love how you're helping the Buckeye group today, and I'm hoping that everybody will come out and support this. Mark those calendars.
Still much more ahead on Sun City News. Randy Selman's here with an entertainment report. Chris Chase was at the Wreaths Across America kickoff event, and Mike Romano has sports news. So, don't go away.
September, back to school month. Tune in to our extra show this month to learn more about what's going on in and around Sun City.
You'll learn how our Sun City neighbors help young learners.
You'll learn what GFWC is all about.
You'll learn what's going on with the Oakity Creek Golf Course renovation.
And for our extra special, you'll learn how Ollie keeps us all learning.
Cable viewers, please check our program listings on the Sun City website. And most conveniently, you can always catch us on our YouTube station, where we invite you to subscribe for easy viewing.
Randy Selman standing by with some entertainment news.
I'm often amazed by the talent living here in Sun City, whether it's in sports, theater, art, writing, or just creating. Sun City residents are forever testing their skills and learning new ones. One of those extremely talented people is one of our very own SCTV volunteers. His name is Bob Grando. This unassuming and humble man has written, directed, edited, and produced a movie for all of Sun City. Bob's comedy, Circle the Welcome Wagon, premieres at Magnolia Hall on Thursday, September 25th. This movie features many Sun City residents. The story centers on Chip, a newcomer to a retirement community. The Welcome Wagon, Cindy and Jerry, show him around to different activities and clubs. But there is a problem. He gets into fights and arguments wherever he goes. Find out how Cindy, Jerry, and the neighbors contend with this dilemma. Besides Circle the Welcome Wagon, you will be treated to 2 other shorts written by Bob that will be screened before the premiere. They are Mean, a comedy about Valentine's Day, and Diagnosis, another comedy about friendship. These also feature Sun City residents. But wait, there's more. A red carpet event before the show. The Car Club has graciously volunteered to drive the talent to Magnolia Hall, and you'll get to see their beautiful classic automobiles along with the actors, crew, and Bob. The fun starts at 6 p.m. and the screenings begin at 6:30. Feel free to dress for the red carpet. Ladies, it's a rare opportunity to bring out that formal attire from the back of your closet. You know I'm going to wear mine. See you on the red carpet. This is a free event and all are welcome. I'm Randy Selman and that's your entertainment report. Remember, life is entertaining, so don't miss the show.
Wreaths Across America is a national project to purchase wreaths for veterans' graves each December. The mission statement is remember, honor, and teach. On December 13th this year, wreaths will be placed at more than 2,100 national cemeteries in the country. Now, the fresh wreaths were made in Maine and shipped by volunteers all over the country for $17 each. Last year, Sun City neighborhoods raised $86,426.
The wreaths are $17 each. The wreaths are going to be laid Saturday, December 13th at noon at Beaufort National Cemetery. Our campaign this year will run from October 11th through November 11th. Now, let's go talk to David. He's the one that distributes everything. So now what do your part? Now you've been doing this for years and years and years.
This makes my 19th year.
Wow.
I am called my official title is that and $2 to get you a cup of coffee is location coordinator. I talk with people like y'all. And then when y'all make my job so easy because when y'all got behind me and dug your heels in, I didn't have to go out and use the word beg because sponsorships. Unfortunately, we have a lot of people that'll wave the little flag for Veterans Day, Memorial Day, but you ask them $17 for a wreath, they choke. These veterans, they gave us their life. Just like today, there's a veteran, Navy veteran, that was a 9/11 survivor, and then he passed, that they did a little service out there at the cemetery.
Oh, yes.
And they try to remember him every year, and we make sure. We've got notables out there, and there's a lot of people in Beaufort County knows of the great Santini because the film was here, and he's buried out there. We have people all the way back to the Civil War. We have the guys from North and the guys from the South. Yeah. And it wasn't until 1968 when they gave the Confederate guys back their VA benefits. And we have a group from Charleston called the Marion Marauders, the Swamp Fox team. During our ceremony, we do all 6 services, all 6 military services, and we also do POW and POW-MIA and the Merchant Marines. And we're fortunate Joey Messia owns a place out here, body shop out here. Mm-hmm. And then I also have a guy that contacted me was in the Merchant Marines. So they will be presenting the wreath to the Merchant Marines. Miss Charlene Schufelt will be helping us again. General Schufelt, who's now a resident out at the cemetery, he's the one that used to work for President Reagan under the POW-MIA calls to find them, to get them all back. And she stays in touch with me. And the day of the ceremony, which is December the 13th.
And we invite everybody to come out, right?
I don't care how you come, just come. I do ask if you do come and help us volunteer to at least buy 1 wreath. And because we have 161 kids out there, we have over 800 unknowns out there. If you ever go out to the cemetery and you see these square headstones right before you go through the brick wall and to the back, those are unknowns. They know they were a veteran, but they don't know who they are. And we try to cover all of them too.
That's the lovely thing too about the laying of the wreaths, because their names are said before you place the wreath. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like they're remembered one more time.
Well, it's been proven, it's been said that you die twice in life. Once when you take your last breath, and once when your name's not spoken anymore. Yeah. And that's the reason we put, when you lay the wreath, or before you lay the wreath, say the name, lay the wreath, put the red ribbon at 12 o'clock, step back and say something to them or just think about them for a minute and help us lay some more wreaths.
We can't tell them anymore. You know why? We want you to come on December
please.
13th to Beaufort National Cemetery.
The only thing we ask is y'all get there a little early, because the escort will get there about 11:30. And once the guys get off their motorcycles and probably use the restroom and get, a little feeling back in their legs, they leave. And we'll hold our ceremony promptly at noon.
Well, we'll see you December 13th if we don't see you before then. And you too.
Now let's head over to Mike Romano for some sports news.
Hello, sports fans. A big shout out to Deborah Gutowski, who scored a hole-in-one on the 16th hole at Argent Lakes. Deborah used her driver in accomplishing this special feat. Congratulations, Deborah. In men's play, holes-in-one were recorded by George Taylor, Donald Murray, and Jim Abbott. George and Donald aced number 5 at Argent Lakes, while Jim aced number 2 at Hidden Cypress. Congratulations to all 3 golfers. Round 3 of the men's 2-man match play will be held at Argent Lakes Golf Course on September 17th. This match will involve 10 teams. The 5 remaining teams will move into a shootout at Hidden Cypress on September 24th. Good luck to the remaining teams. Winners of the Men's Golf Association Quota Golf Competition were Donald Murray, Thomas Johnson, Ron Simmons, Carl Pastiglione, and Howard Anderson. This week's competition will be 1 gross, 1 net. As part of the Life Under the Sun celebration, Golf Operations will be hosting a golf exhibition on October 6th at 4 p.m. The free event will be held at the Hidden Cypress driving range. The event will feature professional golfer and commentator Peter Jacobson. New York Yankee great Joe DiMaggio once said, "You always get a special kick on opening day, no matter how many you go through." That quote was so true at the opening day ceremonies of the Sun City Softball Leagues. Players and managers showed up in their newly pressed uniforms to participate in the fall 2025 opening day festivities. Following the color guard and the national anthem, players were introduced and then ceremonial first pitches were made. Special ceremonies were held on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday to accommodate the different leagues. We attended the Saturday ceremonies for the Women's League and the Weekend League. Gail Moyer threw out the first pitch, which was followed by a Women's League game between Sun City Tankless and the Bedminster Group. You can see more of the action, including interviews with players and managers, on our October Spotlight on Sports show. And speaking of Spotlight on Sports, be sure to check out our September show, where we interviewed 2 Sun City athletes that participated in the National Senior Games. Well, that's it for sports. It's now time to get outside and enjoy the sun. For Sun City Sports, I'm Mike Romano.
Well, that's our news for this week. Thank you for watching. Catch us on cable and on our YouTube station, where we invite you to click like and subscribe. And if you want to see expanded coverage of some of our SCTV stories, tune into our monthly show Extra. If you have questions and comments, email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. But make sure you check in with us next week for all the news that's in your neighborhood. For Sun City News, I'm Norma Taylor.